Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to crochet this modern crop top. The beige top is a size XS plus, and the lilac top is a size small. We'll be making the size small throughout this tutorial. You can find the free written pattern ranging from sizes 2 extra small to 5 extra large for free on my blog. To get the perfect fit, I highly recommend checking out the blog post so you can get the correct measurements for your size. You will need a DK or light 3 weight yarn. All of the yarn amounts and yarn substitutions are listed in the blog post. A 5mm crochet hook, a darning needle, and some scissors. To begin, we're going to start with the waist ribbing. So create a slip knot and insert your crochet hook into the loop. To start, chain 22. To chain, yarn over and pull through a loop. That creates one chain. Repeat this until you have 22 chains in total. Once you have 22 chains, we're going to crochet row 1. To start row 1, single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So skip that first chain, and to single crochet, insert your hook into the next chain. Yarn over and pull up a loop. You should have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2. Single crochet in each remaining chain until the end of the row. At the end of row 1, you should have 21 stitches in total. Turn your work. In row 2, we're going to back loop single crochet. So normally when you insert your hook into the stitch, you pick up both the front and the back loop, so 2 strands of yarn. For the back loop single crochet, you're only going to pick up the strand of yarn furthest away from you. To start row 2, chain 1. Throughout this pattern, chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch. Back loop single crochet into the first stitch. Back loop single crochet in each stitch until the last stitch of the row. When you have 1 stitch left, single crochet into the last stitch of the row. Make sure you pick up both the front and the back loop, so 2 strands of yarn should be on your hook. You should have 21 stitches in total. Turn your work. We're going to repeat row 2 until the end of row 118. So chain 1, back loop single crochet across, single crochet in the last stitch of the row, and then turn your work. At the end of row 118, your ribbing should fit snugly around your waist. Again, if you want to make any sizing alterations, check out the blog post linked below. To make the body of this top, we're going to crochet along the long edge of the ribbing. To crochet the body onto the ribbing, we're going to count each row as 1 stitch. When you look at your ribbing, you'll notice that there are vertical ridges running down the length of the ribbing, and that's what forms the textured surface. An easy way to count your rows is to see that in between 2 ridges there are 2 rows. When you're crocheting along the edge of the ribbing, the exact placement isn't really important. You just want to have 1 stitch in each row. Personally, I like to insert my hook into the center of the last stitch. To start row 1 of the body, we're going to chain 1, and then place 2 half double crochets into that first row. To half double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook along the edge of the row. Yarn over and pull up a loop. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Place a second half double crochet into the first row. We're going to place one half double crochet in each row until the last row of the ribbing. When you have one row of ribbing left, place 2 half double crochets in the last row. In total, you should have 120 stitches. You'll notice that your top is starting to make an arc or a rainbow shape. Don't worry about it because this shape is what will help us get a nice fit along the bust and the waist. Turn your work. To start row 2, we're just going to chain 1 and then half double crochet in each stitch until the end of the row. At the end of the row, you'll have 120 stitches. Turn your work. Repeat row 2 until the end of row 20. Once you're at the end of row 20, we're going to crochet one final row. To start your final row, chain 1. Slip stitch in each stitch until the end of the row. To slip stitch, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull through a loop. Make sure to keep your slip stitches nice and loose so that it's still easy for you to take your top on and off. Once you've finished your row of slip stitches, you should have 120 stitches in total. Fasten off. The side with the slip stitches is the right side of the top, and when you run your finger along the edge, it'll be nice and smooth. Whereas on the wrong side of the top, the edge feels bumpy. We're going to fold our top in half so that the wrong side is facing us. And we're going to sew the sides of the top together. Thread a darning needle with a strand of yarn and whip stitch the edges of the top together. Along the ribbing, I like to pick up the back loops of the stitches for a nice finished look. When you reach the body portion of the top, just make sure your stitches are neat and even for a nice finished look. Once you've sewn your top together, put it to the side and we're now going to crochet the straps. To start the straps, create a slip knot and insert your crochet hook into the loop. Chain 6. We're now going to work into the back bumps of the chain. Rotate your chain towards you and we're going to insert our crochet hook into the bumps along the back of the chain. So skip the first chain and then insert your crochet hook into the next back bump and then single crochet. Single crochet in the back bump of each remaining chain. At the end of row 1, you should have 5 stitches in total. Turn your work. To start row 2, we're going to chain 1. Single crochet in each stitch until the end of the row. Turn your work. And we're just going to repeat row 2 until your strap measures about 25 centimeters or about 10 inches long. Once your strap is the correct length, I recommend pinning it into place along your top and trying on your top. Adjust your straps as necessary, and just keep in mind that your straps will stretch out over time, so it's better for them to be quite snug. I also recommend wearing the skin-coloured bra you want to wear with this top. That way you'll be able to place the straps so that they perfectly cover your bra straps. Once you're happy with the length, fasten off, and then crochet an identical second strap. Sew your straps onto your top with the wrong side of the top facing you. And for a nice clean finish, insert your needle into the tops of the half double crochets, so along the bump on the wrong side of the top. And don't insert your needle into the slip stitches on the right side of the top. And you can see that the wrong side of the top facing you is a bit bumpy and uneven, but when you flip to look at the right side of the top, you have a nice clean edge. And here you can see the difference between the nice clean edge on the right side of the top and the wrong side of the top. Once you've sewn on all of your straps, weave in your ends. And you've finished your crochet crop top.